A potent winter storm is going to be impacting the country this week, so let's talk about what your area can expect. Now, we got a lot to talk about today, so let's get right down to business. First off, we are taking a look at our European model, and we are speeding this up to tomorrow evening. At that point, we are going to have a low-pressure system over northern Mexico getting close to West Texas here, and this is actually going to be the ultimate low for this storm. So let's zoom in so we can see what's going on a more smaller scale. And as we get later into tomorrow night and eventually Tuesday morning, stuff's going to get a lot more crazy across Texas here. We're going to have widespread showers and some storms across central and eastern Texas, but on the cold side of things, from Lubbock northward into Amarillo, we are likely going to see a change over to snow by Tuesday morning here. So we'll be watching this. It will accumulate in some spots, but it also won't last very long. What else is going to be going on? We're going to have severe weather on Tuesday. So the Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk of severe weather across portions of Louisiana into Mississippi, Alabama, and portions of the Florida Panhandle. This is going to be for Tuesday evening into Tuesday night of this coming week. But it looks like here a more isolated but possibly more serious severe weather risk could develop across eastern Texas here, close to the Houston area. This is probably going to be east of Austin, but close to the Houston area and close to the coast here. Some models are showing a pretty heightened environment to get strong tornadoes across that region, but it's really a big if. It's going to depend if we see instability allowing for some storms to develop out ahead of the cold front. But if we do, the highest tornado threat might actually be here across eastern Texas. So let's talk about that. And we're going to be using our NAM model for this here because it's a little bit better at forecasting severe weather, in my opinion. As we head into Tuesday morning, we're going to see these southeasterly winds trying to pull this moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico here. That becomes even more the case as we head up the coastline and as we head into early Tuesday afternoon. And as all these 60s dew points plummet from the Gulf of Mexico here, it is going to be working its way into an area of extremely strong wind shear, and that is going to make the potential for severe weather. But again, it all depends on if we can see storms developing out ahead of the cold front. Let's take a look at this too. This is our lower level jet stream, and the stronger that these low level winds are is going to help the environment become even more favorable for producing tornadoes if it's going to be unstable and moist. And look at how strong this low level jet is as we head into Tuesday afternoon. Extremely strong low level wind field, and that will help aid the development for severe thunderstorms and possibly strong tornadoes if we can see enough storms developing in that region. So this is your lightning flash density here. The brighter colors is where you can expect more thunderstorms. Look how widespread this is across eastern Texas and eventually into Louisiana and Mississippi as we head into late Tuesday night. So let's get back out to the snow side of things. This is by Tuesday morning, and we are zooming out to the entire United States. Again, most of this concentrated over Texas here. And then as we get later into the day on Tuesday, you can see these storms traversing across the Gulf states. These are going to be severe. But also notice here what's going on as we head into Tuesday night. We are going to have widespread mixed precipitation across Oklahoma, Kansas, into Missouri, and Arkansas here. Where the colder air is allowed to make its way into the system, this will be heavy snow, and it will accumulate pretty significantly in some spots. We're talking about the possibility of over 8 inches of snow in parts of Missouri and into Arkansas, possibly eastern Oklahoma as well, but I'm not too sure about that at this point. And because the temperatures are going to be just below freezing, if not hovering right at the freezing mark, there could be some rain mixing in with the snow as well, which is not ideal for a significant winter storm, but it will cause some impacts nonetheless. As we head into Wednesday, this low is going to be intensifying and it's going to be moving into Kentucky. The main axis of heavy snow is likely going to be across the lower Great Lakes, probably south of the Michigan border, and then also concentrated across Pennsylvania and New Jersey as well. New York City will get some snow out of this. And as we head later into Wednesday evening, most of the snow is going to be confined to New England here, and it will accumulate pretty heavily for the more inland areas. As far as the more coastal areas go, it's probably going to be a snow transition over to rain kind of situation. That includes New York City, Boston, but the low is going to be intensifying in the same period as we head into Thursday morning. So areas like interior New England could be looking at some heavy snow out of this, and this is after the event that we are seeing right now. Another thing that I want to know is behind this storm system, this is by Thursday evening, the storm is going to be wrapped up. But behind the storm, because the winds associated with low pressure systems are counterclockwise, all the winds over here across the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley are coming out of the northwest. And those northwesterly winds are pulling down all this moisture from the Great Lakes, and we do have some lake effect snow showers across the Ohio Valley, possibly into the Appalachian Mountains as well. So it looks like down even into eastern Tennessee, we're going to have some leftover snow showers even into the later portion of this coming week here. Let's talk a little bit about snow totals. These are going to change around a little bit. Here's the European model, and it is showing, well, first off, let's just take a look at our kind of scale here. So in these blues, you're looking at 1 to 5, anywhere from 1 to 5 inches of snowfall. These pinks, you're looking at 6 to 12 inches of snowfall, and in these reds, you're looking at over a foot of snowfall. This model here is showing a good swath of 4 to 6, maybe even 6 to 10 inches in some scenarios from northern Texas all the way into Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and then, of course, as you head into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, possibly stretching into southeast Michigan, and then those heavier totals across New England as well. Now, it is worth noting that the totals here are counting on not only this storm system, but the storm system that we're seeing right now impacting New England. So not all of the snow up here is going to be falling from this one system, but still, you get the picture. Broad swath of heavy snowfall from the southern plains all the way up into New England. The GFS model is a little bit different. And generally, it's a little bit more severe. It's showing very heavy totals across Oklahoma into Arkansas, Missouri. This model solution is showing 12 to 20 inches of snow across northern Arkansas. I do think that this is overdoing it. I do not think that we're going to be seeing 18 inches of snow in northern Arkansas. But I also don't think we're going to be looking at 3 inches either. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle of these two. Definitely possible that we could get heavy snow across the Red River Valley, northward into Missouri and Arkansas. I just do think here that the GFS model is overdoing it to at least some degree. So let's talk about why we are seeing what we are seeing. I always like to end the video on this note here, get into the science side of things here. This is the European model, and we're taking a look at our mid-level jet stream here as we head into Tuesday morning. We're going to have this big trough here making its way into northern Texas, back into western, northern Mexico into western Texas here, this big U-shaped thing. And as we get later along the time, we're going to see this trough trying to intensify and the tilt becoming a little bit more negative. As we head into Tuesday evening, you can see the big U-shaped trough right here. Anywhere in the middle of this U, the cold air and the cold front has already passed through. It's going to be cold enough in a lot of these spots to get snowfall. On the eastern flank, moisture is building up and being pulled in from the Gulf of Mexico here. So that's why we are seeing severe weather across the Mid-South and the Gulf states as we head into Tuesday evening and Tuesday night. But the low broadens out and intensifies further as we head into Wednesday, and this is going to indicate a strengthening storm system here, colder air setting in across a large portion of the United States as we head into Wednesday. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more of them, be sure to subscribe to the channel with those post notifications turned on, and also be sure to drop a like on the video if you guys want other people to get this information as well. But until the next video or live stream, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys back here next time.